Please get ready for a dictation of part 2 of the address by the President of India at the Golden Jubilee celebration of the National Institute of Bank Management at Pune on February 12, 2020. 5 seconds. Start. Women, all of you will agree, have greater financial acumen. I note with satisfaction that the gender gap in ownership of accounts is coming down rapidly. This takes us a few steps closer to our constitutional goal of economic as well as social justice. I request banks to take proactive measures to bring greater gender parity in ownership of financial assets. As part of social responsibility, banks can adopt certain geographical areas for increasing financial awareness among women. NIBM may consider designing toolkits which banks can use. I had the opportunity to meet many Divyang persons during my visits to different parts of India. My interaction with them revealed their tremendous potential when provided an enabling environment. Divyang are more than 2% of our population, and we have to make every effort to fully integrate them in the financial mainstream. I gather that Reserve Bank of India has issued detailed guidelines regarding easy access of banking facilities to Divyang Jan. I will urge Reserve Bank of India to proactively take all measures to improve access of financial services to our Divyang sisters and brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, India has become one of the largest economies in the world. Banks have been a constant part of India's growth saga. As India aims to become a $5 trillion economy, the banking sector has to start preparing for the next big leap. This mainly involves banking with the unbanked and securing the unsecured. In this pursuit, I urge NIBM to take responsibility of creating a pool of trained human resource which is skilled to serve banking institutions of global standards. India's future journey will be greatly helped if banks exhibit deeper reach and become more efficient. Given the growing size of our economy, we should aim to have more than just one name in the world's top 100 banks. Our future roadmap will also have to consider our demographic dividend. Banks have a significant role to play in ensuring that this advantage is suitably leveraged. Schemes such as Mudra and Stand Up India are channeling funds to aspirational entrepreneurs. I will request all bankers to keep a keen eye and not let a good idea die for lack of funding. Banks have been at the forefront of adopting technology. Innovations such as faster settlement systems, internet banking, and payment banks have made banking much easier for a customer. Global admiration, which indigenously developed United Payment Interface has drawn, is a tribute to leadership provided by Reserve Bank of India, and all Indians can be proud of this. I am certain that banks are keenly looking at new emerging technologies to maintain high standards. I trust Reserve Bank of India is also providing necessary guidance as well as addressing the issue of proper safeguards in adoption of technology. Ladies and gentlemen, after independence, banks were also considered part of a social contract of ensuring growth with equity. Considering importance of banks in the economic system of the country, Banking Regulation Act was implemented in 1949. Founding fathers of our nation were very conscious of the role banks have to play as holders of public trust. I will exhort all bankers to judge their actions by this touchstone given to us. As custodian of public money, banks have significant fiduciary responsibility in the economy. They have to take all possible prudential measures to ensure that trust is not betrayed in any manner. Recent proposal to enhance deposit insurance coverage from Rs 1 lakh to 5 lakh is a positive step in the direction of assuring savers. From small beginning, banks have become multicultural organizations. Banks therefore stand for the values of plurality enshrined in our Constitution. It is important that we continue to pursue equality and diversity both within the banks as well as in extending our services to the society. It is heartening to note that the NIBM has come to be widely recognized as a center of learning and excellence in India and abroad. I gather that NIBM is developing manpower to meet evolving requirements of our banking sector. I congratulate Governor, Reserve Bank of India, current and past directors, faculty and staff of the Institute for this achievement and look forward to their greater dedication and contribution towards supporting the banking industry. I wish students and faculty of NIBM all success in their future endeavors and many glorious years ahead. Thank you. Jai Hind. Stop.